So, today I am going to be showing you how to make whoopie pies. I'm going to be showing you how to make whoopie pies.
Okay. Whoopie.
And this is my mother's recipe that I have tweaked and used my own variation and such. So, anyways, you start by taking your measuring cup. I brought this one because it's the only one she would let me bring, and it's 2 cups, so it kind of is convenient, so I don't have to do measuring as much time. So anyway, you start off by doing the cookie part of the whoopie pie, which is the brown, obviously the brown part. You take 1/2 cup of shortening, and you're actually going to double it because you want to do a double batch of cookies and a single batch of frosting. So you want to multiply everything on the cookie part by 2. Double. So
because you have to have 2 cookies on a whoopie pie.
Yeah. So you want to make extras, and that's just how we do it. That's how we roll. So you take 1/2 cup of shortening, multiply by 2, so you get 1 cup of shortening. You do this and you plunk it in here. So that's done. Okay, moving on.
What's shortening?
Shortening is, well, I use Crisco, actually. I don't use Oleo.
Same thing.
And then you get your sugar out, and you use 2 cups of sugar. So you fill this all the way to the top, dump it in here. That part's done. Moving on. Then you take 4 eggs, and you crack them, and you want to just take the yolks. Do you know how to separate an egg? Anyone know how to separate an egg from a... He knows, huh? He knows.
I know how to poach an egg.
Alright, anyway, you take your egg and you crack it over the, I usually crack it over the bowl and take it into 2 halves of the shell and then just keep dumping it back and forth until I can separate the white, and then I usually put the egg yolk into a separate bowl, and then I put 4 of them in there, and then just because I don't want to lose all over the place, so then I just dump them in there. And then you take 10 tablespoons of cocoa. It's a lot of cocoa. And you put that in there, which you use this thing. This is 10. This is the tablespoon. What, Jake?
10 of those.
10 of these. 10 of these. I mean, it's 10 of these, not 10 of these. That's too much cocoa. That's a lot of cocoa. Oh, it's really chocolatey. Then you want to take 4 cups of flour, so you want to fill this twice and dump it in here. Okay. Then you take 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which this is a teaspoon. And then you want to do the same thing with the baking soda, 2 of those. And then she gives me a 1/3 teaspoon of salt, but I don't even put salt in there. I don't even bother because it doesn't even do anything. 1/3 of a teaspoon. So like what's?
Amen, brother.
So I just don't even bother. I don't even like salt anyway. It's the butt crack of society. So and then you take 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And you dump that in here. And then for the last thing you do is you do 2 cups of milk and you dump that in there. And then you get your blender. And this is the fun part, because I don't like using the spoon because it takes too long. Just blend it all up, go in here real fast, and then you blend it all up until it's one big conglomeration of chocolate, which is healthy. And then you set that off to the side, and as soon as you're done making that, you preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Because as soon as you're done making your frosting, which takes about that much time, your oven should be done preheating anyway.
Or you could be scooping your cookies while you're waiting for the cookies.
Nope. I'm not doing it that way, because what's the sense of scooping your cookies into a pan that has when the oven's not ready?
Yeah.
Shake things ahead, man. I'm the one who makes the whoopie pies.
I
So.
make milkshakes.
Okay, then you're moving on to the buttercream frosting. Okay, we don't use no marshmallow up in here. Okay, no marshmallow frosting on these whoopie pies. Okay, you take this measuring cup again, and you go 1 cup of shortening, which is Crisco, which is Oleo. And then you take 1 cup of butter or margarine and soften. So this is really fatty. I want you to know this. This is extremely fatty.
Oh boy!
You take 1 stick of butter, and then you soften it, and then you dump that in here.
What's the best way to soften your butter?
I usually just use the microwave for about 15.5 seconds.
Oh,
That's how I do it. So I don't know about you. How do you soften your butter?
Say don't make it completely softened.
Because you don't want it to be like
Because it
runny and
changes
like,
chemical.
just
I
changes
didn't know
the.
butter could, the texture of your butter could
Did you know that margarine is 1 molecule away from being plastic?
No, I didn't know that.
Butt crack of butter.
It's butt crack of butter is what it is. No, seriously, it is. Okay.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
And
Go
then
ahead.
you take 4.5 cups of confectionery sugar, I usually take another bowl and then dump that into there so that I can take a whisk and separate it, because you want to divide it all up so there's no chunks in it. Because Joey knows about that.
It blows
And
chunks.
you just okay. You dump it all into there so it's not all it doesn't stick together, and you can blend it easier. And it helps to let the sugar immerse everything else in the bowl. So then you do 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract again, and then you do 2 teaspoons of almond extract. What do you keep looking at? I hate it when people do that. I think 2 teaspoons of almond extract, which is my variation. She usually puts 1 teaspoon in, but I like to have a little bit of extra almond in it because I like that flavor. And then you do 3 to 5 tablespoons of milk, depending upon how fluffy you want your milk. You do your frosting. The more milk you put in, the more tablespoons. Stop. And then you get your nice big pan sheet thing, and then you take your 2 spoons and you go in here like this. And I usually put 12 on each sheet on each cookie sheet, so I can get 6 whoopie pies per going in the oven and out again. What, Jake?